Hey guys, it's Denise here, the real estate chick. So today for my term of the day Tuesday video, I would like to talk about brokerage agreements. It's a very touchy-feely subject for buyers when, as realtors or real estate professionals, we ask them to sign one. I'm going to go over like exactly what the brokerage agreement is. And again, I am licensed in Virginia, so everything I discuss is going to be in accordance with Virginia law. Different areas, different states have their own real estate laws, so it might, vary from state to state. What is a brokerage agreement? It is basically a contract between the buyer and the real estate firm. I know it's a lot of confusion because sometimes people think that the brokerage agreement is a contract between the buyer and the agent. No, it's actually a contract between the buyer and the brokerage firm. So if anything happens to that agent, God forbid, they get in an accident, they can't work, or they, go to a different company, your agreement is with the brokerage firm, not that particular agent. Now what happens is within the brokerage agreement, that the brokerage firm will designate a specific agent, usually the agent that you're working with, and that would be in the agreement as well. But your actual contract is with the brokerage firm, not the agent. So the brokerage agreement, it outlines the relationship between the brokerage firm and the buyer. It goes over what's expected from the firm, what the buyer can expect to get from the firm, and also it goes over a little bit of what the firm expects from the buyer as well. So it keeps the consumers fully aware about the real estate services they will receive from that brokerage. So buyers ask, why do we have to sign this? I feel like I'm getting, trapped in the contract. Well, very simple. It is the law. In 2012, Virginia made it a requirement to get all the agreements in writing before we act on behalf of the consumer. So usually real estate agents, they want you to go ahead and sign it up front before we start showing you properties, because then it'll be some kind of set relationship in place and expectations are set in place. Because I will tell you this, sometimes buyers, they work with multiple agents, and in real estate, money is time, time is money, okay? And so we don't want to waste our time and gas and energy and effort on helping you purchase a home if you're working with 10 or 8 other agents and we're not even guaranteed to possibly, get paid for our services. So in my company's brokerage agreement, it actually talks about the buyer working exclusively with that one particular agent. And there are different time frames you could use in the agreement. So you can do it however short, however long you want the agreement to last. You can make the agreement just for a specific property. It doesn't have to be like a whole year-long thing and then you're unhappy with the agent and you're stuck in the agreement. So if you think if you're kind of skeptical about it, ask about a short time frame. But we do have to have it in writing, the relationship between yourself and the broker. So some of the things that's in the brokerage agreement, for the broker obligations, of course, we're going to help you, find properties. We're going to help you write offers, counter offers. We're going to help you with negotiations. And as realtors, we have to maintain confidentiality, so we can't be spreading none of your business in the streets. We are bound by that brokerage agreement not to do that. Again, you can't ask us to do anything that goes against the law either, like we can't discriminate or any of that good stuff. So as far as on the buyer side, our brokerage agreement specifically, like I said, it says that the buyer agrees to work exclusively with the firm to find their house. It goes over any kind of fees involved. The buyer should be available during certain hours, reasonable hours that the realtor can show you properties. And you know, it also goes over if you're in the brokerage agreement with the company, you know, and you go to a new construction site, or if you're talking to other agents, you have to let them know that you are working with an agent. Again, it is the law that we get this in writing before we start working with buyers, so it's not so far-fetched to ask buyers to sign these. And buyers, you know, make sure you're reading everything and you understand everything that's in the brokerage agreement, because it could come back and bite you in the butt if you're, you know, you can't claim ignorance if you sign on the paper, on the dotted line. So again, we were talking about brokerage agreements, basically a contract between the buyer and the real estate firm on what are the expectations of both sides. And I mean, there's some other stuff in the contract as well, but the main stuff is what the, you know, the expectations from the buyer to the seller, and from the buyer to the seller, from the brokerage firm to the buyer, and from the buyer, you know, to the brokerage firm. If you have any other questions about specifically, you know, what else is in the brokerage agreement, or if you don't understand something about the brokerage agreement in Virginia, I can't answer any questions outside of Virginia, please feel free to post below, or you can, you know, inbox me, and I'll be more than happy to help. Again, as always, it's a good day to have a good day. Take care.